Okay, so we're doing some blackout tattoos today. It's the first time in a while for this, and they've been stacking up. I just felt like we needed to take a break because I looked at the feed and it was like, I think there was like 15 of these in like a few months span. So it was like, all right, let's do some other stuff for a while.
Right.
I don't know how that happens, but it is what it is.
So this one says, hey, figured I'd show you the damage so far. Top is right arm after 2 passes. Left arm was the stick and poke. I'm just gonna chisel away. And this one was from RTC. I'm sure we've seen this before, right?
Oh yeah, this is this guy sent us he sent so many emails, and it's hard to even tell what's going on in the timeline because they get all jumbled up. And there's some kind of a storyline running here where like he had gone to an artist for one. Remember the one that had all those dots? It was like a blackout, but they like dotted it kind of. And then he had some really bad black done, and it was like the second or third pass or something. And I was like, dude, it's time to call it a day.
Yeah.
Like you got to move. And then this must be the healed result of all that. And
I mean,
I bet you any money there's probably even more sense to this.
I still feel like I'm seeing like texture or mag lines in here, but I can't tell if it's like texture or scarring from like the image. You would know better.
Yeah, it's definitely just not solid black.
Okay.
It doesn't look like scar tissue at all.
Yeah,
there
so
might
then
be
it's
some,
just like patchy.
Just very, very patchy, uneven black. Like we had a friend of the shop had a client that wanted their back tattooed, and they had like a sunburn on them, and it was like mostly healed, but it was still flaking. And I told her, like, if you pack black when that sunburn's healing, or like any color, say green or whatever else, you get a result kind of like this, because like the saturation isn't going to be even.
No, because the skin is damaged and it's flaking off.
So that's not why this happened, but this is a similar result to what you would get with that. So anyone who doesn't know their depth very well has no business doing black work, and that's why, Terry was able to do black work typically before he was able to do portraits and stuff. Usually, like at this shop, it usually goes the other way because, like in Terry's case here, he was better technically than he was artistically. For a long time, he was very capable. Like he's been doing black work since very early.
Yeah, well, he's been tattooing. Like his knowledge of depth is pretty good though. It's crazy. Like when you see the amount of work that he's put on himself, and then the places on himself that he's tattooed, it's like it's pretty nuts. And so like he's got like a really good knowledge of where he should be in the skin.
So people get this confused all the time because they think, like, and I say this a lot, but they think, oh, well, it's just black, so anyone can do that. And it's like, it is very artistically simple and technically not simple, and very easy when you know how, right? Like Terry can do one of these, like you can fart these out all day now, but like he's still not the best black worker either. So when your technique expands and he's still trying new things with it, like as long as you can be safe, you can bite off a lot more at a session, right? Like there are people capable of doing a solid, clean, one-pass blackout sometimes, right? Like if the conditions are perfectly correct, like you'll see Hood, he'll post one-shot blackouts. You'll see that Deco Common, who'll post those one-shot blackouts. But I can guarantee you that's not every day.
Right.
Like it's like no artist that has their books where they want them to be posts everything they do, and most artists don't at all. Like you don't post everything you do, right?
No, definitely not.
It's a bit of a confusion with this idea that every time these guys sit down, they're doing this. They're not. It's like everything has to be just right. Like if it's a full color sleeve situation, they're probably not going to be doing a solid, clean, one-pass blackout.
Yeah, I mean, and for me too,
if
like,
you got a large arm.
If I was narrowing in on like a style more, too, like if I was like just trying to do like spooky stuff or like Pokemon or whatever, I wouldn't be posting anything but that.
Oh yeah.
But
like these guys, like once they become known for black work, like
they're just
look, like I've got 2 inquiries for Terry for black work just the last 2 days.
Well, and I think like some of them too, like you wanna post the things that pop, like the good-looking girl who has nice legs or whatever, right?
I don't think it's even like it becomes a force of nature.
Yeah.
Like because there's so many people getting into this, because it became a lot more popular recently. It's still not as popular as people think it is. Trust me. Anyone who works in a tattoo shop, I'll tell you what's popular: black and gray realism and line style floral.
Yes.
It is not what people think it is sometimes. They think that Blackout has become like the most popular tattoo, but it isn't.
It's definitely more popular than it was because I think we have more normal quote unquote people coming in to get them. But
the reason why
the Blackout
people
shop, so
but the reason why people think it's popular is because they see it on social media.
Yes.
That's false.
yes, but
It's just it trends.
even though like I've been seeing more Blackout in the shop than we've had in the past couple years. I think we're a little more geared towards it than we were before, but I still think there's something to it that...
Yeah, but the reason why it's here, we see it, right? Because we do Blackout here.
Yes.
It's like, if you look at this city broadly, or any city broadly, it's like you go out and guess what you see? Very, very safe tattoos everywhere. Then you go online and guess what you see? You see aggressive tattoos. Why do you think that is? Whatever's going to trigger people or upset them or confuse them, they're going to comment on more. People don't comment on things that they're good with.
Right.
But anyway, we get a lot of it because we have someone in here that has been a proven hand for this work. It's not like it's just organically coming because it's popular, right? But now we're at a place where it's almost all Terry's doing.
Yes.
Right? And so, like, you run the risk of, like, he's just going to end up being a black worker.
Well,
That's what happened to Hood.
And it's also spilling over into the rest of the shop a bit too, right? Like we've got Alex that's doing at least one.
I'm specifically
or two.
trying to set this place up in a way that it's like this shop is Blackout, right? So it's like everyone in here is going to do these, right? Because there's a niche for it, and unfortunately, you know, when you see results like that, people don't want to take a chance on someone that can't be trusted.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is we're all, and I don't know that every shop works this way, but our shop, like when someone's doing a Blackout, all of us kind of have our eyes on it. Like we're all like, hey, what are you doing?
Well, there's no love for, like, it's the same thing if like a shop primarily does any type of work, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, we just had a guy who got black work done in a shop near us, and it was bad.
And
now he's coming to us to fix it.
And I had actually showed you that exact thing like weeks ago and was like, why would this person go to that shop to get a Blackout?
That was a mistake, and now it will be rectified.
Yes.
He has one of those.
So I've got a big blurb here, so I will read this next one. But yeah, the conclusion of the other tattoo is patchy.
Very patchy.
another pass.
Yeah, there's not much to say. I've seen that thing now. I don't want to stop featuring it. I would like to see a good result.
Yes.
Go to someone who can do this now.
Right?
Stop fucking up your arm.
So this next one is from Michael? Yeah, sure. Had a sleeve started when I was about 17, 18 years old. It was the most ghetto hood rat shit you ever imagined. Nice. And looking back was quite honestly a piss poor choice from the beginning, but boys will be boys. Anyway, sometime later I started to dislike the tattoo and what it represented. The older I got, the more I disliked it. I know tattoo cover-ups are expensive to begin with, and I would imagine even more so for a full sleeve. So I decided to go the Blackout route, and then later on I can use it as a fresh canvas if I decide to. Very smart. I bought a tattoo kit from Amazon and got to work on
Plug and
myself.
play these days, man.
Not using the ink included, I bought dynamic trickable black ink
It came
separately.
with its own ink. That's like an easy bake oven. It comes with a few fucking samples.
I'm glad that you grabbed some proper ink. I have tattooed a little before, but by no means am a professional or even an apprentice. I have just done a few home tattoos before. I didn't go into this completely blind, if that makes sense. My plan is to get what I can done myself and then have a professional finish what is left over and then go over the entire thing with another pass to smooth everything out as I did it in small portions. So
That's a really strange plan.
This is, I think, what we had to start
Yeah,
with.
we got like a pot leaf and
Yeah, I understand why you want
a
to
whole
black
bunch
this
of
out.
tattoo stuff and a barcode.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, it's fresh, right? So
It always looks nice fresh.
this is the thing. I almost want to say don't send me fresh blackout anymore.
Yeah.
Like as a rule, because like it's very hard to have fresh blackout look bad.
Because the ink sticks to your skin, and
Well,
it takes like
yeah.
a couple washes for that ink to come like off, and then like the spots where it's gonna like fade out, you can't really see until it settles a tiny bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's always hard to judge a ship at sea. You know, it's always hard to say. It looks like some of this is sealed in here, and that's reasonable, but a little thin.
Yeah, I mean, like the thing is
Better than
like
the last one.
you're doing a very decent job for doing it yourself. You've had some prior knowledge to how to tattoo, but
Some people just get depth easier too.
I just would not recommend people do this to themselves.
I don't recommend it at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, like there are
like
people.
you're a special case.
There are people who can tattoo there are tons of them in every city that have been tattooing for 25 years that still don't know depth.
Yep.
Like they'll never have it. Like everything they do looks 10 years old as soon as they do it. It's crazy. It's like, oh, I just tattooed this last week. It looks fucking 1,000 years old and it's on fresh skin. And it's like they've been doing it that long and they haven't been good at it at all. Not one it's like we used to have a guy that I worked with in the kitchen. He was a cook for 40 years, so you couldn't tell him anything. But he was absolutely useless. Just as useless as tits on a boar. And he would always go, oh, I've been cooking for 40 years. Yeah, you haven't learned anything. You've been bad the whole time. Get out, do something else.
Right.
He would instantly fall behind, no matter how busy it was. But you couldn't help him because he had an ego somehow. And it's like, dude, somebody should have broke that a long time ago. And there's so many of those. Like, and then you have tattooers who've been doing this for a year that are like, they get depth immediately. Like it's like they touch, it's like, oh, okay, that's that. It's like, okay, so if you're not good at something, how come you have 25 years doing it and nobody's told you this? That's the craziest thing to me. And I see it all the time.
Right.
So while I don't recommend tattooing yourself and I don't recommend the Amazon route, I think that the whole industry has become plug and play. I'm starting to wear it like a badge of honor that I haven't gotten into this myself. I've had every opportunity to, and I've always said, I feel like you should at least be an artist of some kind, right? And these days, there's almost no art in tattoo. People want to talk about, oh, it's just black. Yeah, you want to know where your fucking black gray sleeve came from? They pulled 3 references together, smashed them together on Procreate, and now it's on your arm.
Right.
Big,
I mean,
no, that's art.
there's a couple scratchers in our city that they can't even draw.
Well, most tattooers these days don't draw or can't draw.
But they can't even trace.
But then you've got Rick out in his shed drinking and fucking painting and drawing pictures and painting masks and like literally living an artistic life every day. Like so.
Right.
There are so many people that get into this for the wrong reasons now. It's like, you know, I'd like to see some of that dialed down, but I think he did a reasonable job. I don't think it's a wise idea to ever go, I'm going to start this so someone else can finish it. Mm-hmm. That's always a crazy thing because, like, they may use a different black ink than you used. They may have a different black altogether. Like, even with the same black, people pack differently.
Right.
Right? So it could look like 2 pieces, like even as a blackout. It's not a wise idea to go, I'll do the first layer, then I'll get a pro to do the second layer. I would say either stick to doing it yourself, which I didn't recommend to begin with, or just have someone else do it to begin with. Mm-hmm. I don't ever recommend going, oh yeah, we'll do it. And like we're getting this a lot now with people who they come to us for like a cover on their blackout, but it's a little bit difficult to take over like a pre-blacked out sleeve because we don't know what black ink they used, and that does matter, right? So like, for example, if you have dynamic black as a sleeve, well, you're not going to be lining, you can, but it's not going to be as distinct from it if you line like dynamic black over top of that.
Right, you would like switch over to like Panthera.
Or vice versa,
Yeah.
right? Because the black shades matter. So it's not really wise because you don't always know what the other guy's using. So like you could end up in weird problems you didn't even think were a thing. But thank God you didn't use the Easy Bake tattoo ink that came with this thing. Like that honestly reminds me of like, remember that old Creepy Crawlers game back in the day? Like that Creepy Crawlers, that thing
I had
where
that thing.
they come with like a few samples and then you have to buy the upgrade, like the
It was like that little like orange oven that was like a light bulb and it had the metal
you
plates
bake
and you
like little worms
make
and
little creepy crawlers.
yeah,
Yes.
like it's the same idea. It's
But
just
that's like the boys' version of the Easy Bake Oven.
the
You just couldn't eat
idea
them.
of being a tattooer these days is like, it's insane to me. And I'm sure it's been overall for the best, the lower barrier for entry. But like, you can literally just call yourself that. And like, oh, I bought this on Amazon and I got my bloodborne pathogens. There's no other criteria.
Nope.
There's zero barrier to get into this now. And it's the craziest thing ever. Because if you want to be a piercer, there is. Like, there's barriers for piercing. But for tattooing, it's like, if you think you're a tattooer, you just are.
Right.
Like, you could just open up shop at anywhere.
It's craziness.
And even the bar to get your basement, like, health board approved is not much. It's like if you decide you want to do it, you can do it in a week. It's fucking nuts. And it's causing all kinds of problems.
It's a lot.